my name is Eric and I'm doing another one of my photography vlogs called One Body, One Lens, One Roll, One Day. I am here at Heritage Park in Medina. I think it's Heritage Park. Anyway, nice little park, heart of Medina. Today's camera is a Pentax ZX50 powered by AA batteries as opposed to the normal CR2. My lens today is a Sigma, so Sigma 75-300 with a tele macro. So I got to go to the 300 on the zoom range, flip it to macro, and then I can get even closer. My closest, my ratio is a 1:2, which is actually pretty decent for a for a zoom macro versus a fixed macro like a 100 or some of the other the 50 that I've shot before. I do have my lens hood on today. It's a nice bright sunny Saturday morning in June. Nice t-shirt weather, cool breeze coming along. Telephoto lens will get me closer to things that are farther away that I don't or can't get close to. So if I see a bird in a tree, if I see something else kind of going on, maybe a deer roaming around, I basically can get close to them. All right, I'm gonna load it up. Oh, by the way, today's film is some Fuji Superia 1600. Probably about 30 years out of date. Okay, so I'm going to shoot this 3 stops slower, so 16 to 800 to 400 to 200. So I'm going to override my ISO to 200. Be right back. All right, so the ZX50, like a couple of the other autofocus film bodies, like a Nikon N65 or a Canon Rebel, does have some picture modes on it. So right now I am set in the green zone, automatic picture mode, let the camera pick everything for me, but now I can also give it a preference. I do have a portrait, a landscape, a macro, and a sports mode, and basically what that does is it tries to help the camera decide which shutter speed and aperture to pick. So a portrait tends to favor more wide open, so you get the more softer background. Landscape tries to get you at least to a mid f-stop, probably a little higher, so maybe in that f8, f11 range. So you got some nice depth to it. Sports tries to keep you at a faster shutter speed, again, to try to freeze the action. A lot of these cameras have that, including a lot of digital cameras have it in the entry-level, mid-level range. Usually the high-end bodies don't have it because they think you've kind of grown out of that, and that's not why you bought a pro-level body. All right, I see flowers nearby, I see trees, I see paths. I hear some music, and I'm not sure why. There might be a little party going on or a little festival going on. If I head that way, I will find out, but I'm gonna get some shots this way first. All right, be right back. All right, well, I've shot 7 photos so far. Kind of found a new path I hadn't been down before, kind of cool shades. Lots of other cool stuff. Looks like some people are playing tennis, or was it pickleball over in that area. Probably has something to do with the music going on. Don't know if it's a family gathering or if it's a festival. I haven't gone that way yet. But right now I'm still heading down this way. Let me go see what I can get. Okay, so a couple of these Pentax ZX bodies, the ZX10s, the ZX50s, and I think even the ZX30 are a little notorious for 2 things. One, the pop-up flash spring eventually wears out and doesn't go all the way up. It just kind of sits there and, hovers unlatched, but it doesn't spring up. Doesn't affect your other functionalities. You can still shoot the camera. You just won't be able to use the little pop-up flash. This one actually does work, so I just hit that and up it goes. Now, pop-up flashes are only really effective to 15 feet-ish or so, depending upon if it's a pocket camera, depending upon if it's a DSLR. Your average guide number is what they call a guide number of when you kind of go with flashes is somewhere around 30 to 40, okay? And what that kind of does is just a rating of the strength. Now, the easiest way that I've been able to figure out if your flash is going to be effective or not is, let's assume you're shooting 400 speed film, which is a very common speed film, and you are shooting at f4 on your lens. Again, so this guy's a 4 to 5.6. So this guy at the wide is f4, or you take your 50 millimeter, you shoot it at 4, whatever, but you're shooting about f4 with 400 speed film. So very, very common settings. your effective range of your flash is going to be half of your guide number. So if this guy's guide number is somewhere around 40, my effective flash range is going to be about 20 feet. 20 feet's about 5 to 7 steps forward, and you know you're going to be good. Now, if you use different speed film, if you go down to 200, you go up to 800, or you have to override your ISO like I did with this 1600 that I'm shooting at too. That's going to change your range a little bit. Plus, if you don't shoot at f4, if you've got a 50-1.8, you're shooting at 1.8, basically your flash just became a lot more effective than shooting at f4. But I'm just kind of basing those off of 2 normal average settings so you can kind of gauge what your effective range of your flash is. All right, I'm going to keep going down the path. Let me go see what I can get. All right, so I heard a DJ doing a mic check, so it sounds like there's some sort of either family event or a little festival going on over there. Could be even some sort of a tournament or something. But I hear music and I hear the guy doing a mic check, so I'm not going to head over that direction. But instead, I found a basketball court. And I found a frisbee golf net further down. I see a bridge over there, so I got some cool stuff over in this area. All right, let me go get some shots. I am on shot 15 out of 36, so halfway through. Let me go see what I can get. All right, looked like there was a cool bluebird or blue jay, but he kept flying, no way to catch him. But that's why I got the telephoto lens, so I can get those shots when he lands. This is not really a sports camera. All right, let me get a couple more shots in this area, be right back. All right, so I'm on shot 36 out of 36. I might get that extra shot, but I'm gonna take this, see if the camera kicks it into rewind. And we'll frame up that basketball net there. And hey, I'm gonna get that 37 shot. Let me go. Nice wind blowing. You know, there's a cool, oh, there's an airplane. Where's the airplane? I'll try to get that. All right, well, I might have gotten the airplane. Anyway, you hear the camera rewinding, so it's the end of my roll. Again, today's camera was a Pentax ZX50 with the AA power pack rather than the 2 CR2s. It was a less expensive way to get batteries for this guy and to give you a bigger grip if you had bigger hands. Today's lens was a Sigma 75-300 f4-5.6 with a tele macro on it. So in the 180-300 range in the zoom, I'd flip a switch and I'd have a little bit of a zoom macro as tight as 1:2. Now 1:2 means if I were to take, let's say, a penny and a negative, and I put them on top of each other, and they're the same size, that's a 1-to-1 reproduction ratio. The size on the negative is the same size as the actual item. 1:2 means the shot on my negative is about half the size. So it's still pretty tight, not quite as good as 1-to-1, but sometimes 1-to-1 was too much. All right, today's film was some Fuji Superia 1600 that came in with a batch of some 800 stuff. My first test roll, 2 stops was not quite enough, so I went 3 stops with this one, so I shot this roll of 1600 at 200. Hopefully I get some cool shots. Feel free to give them a thumbs up if I do. Feel free to leave a comment on your experience with expired film, Pentax ZX bodies, or any issues that you had, and I'll say, hey, that's common, or it's like, that's weird. All right, feel free to subscribe as new episodes try to come out about every Friday and every Saturday with bonus episodes or technical episodes happening every now and then. I did like a 2-minute short on how to load an all mechanical camera. So if you've just bought your first mechanical camera and you're not sure how to load it, either A, take it to a local camera shop, they will show you, or watch my video and I will show you. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you next episode.